So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Scorpion. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat line. So we do get the one right there on the front of the box. On the top left says ages 17 and up. On the top right says Storm Collectibles 112 Action Series. And on the right side we do get a badass image of Scorpion. Then on the bottom here says Mortal Kombat and Scorpion. And then the bottom of the box does have the barcode of Collectible stuff nobody cares about. And then here's the top of the box. And then the one side of it with a nice image of the Scorpion figure there. And then the other side of the box does have the continued image that is on the front of the box there, which just looks so sick. I love that artwork there. And then the back of it does show a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at one of the most badass video game characters ever created. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think Storm Collectibles killed it with this Scorpion. They did a fantastic job with this figure, and Scorpion, Reptile, and Sub-Zero do share the same sculpt. The paint is a little different, of course. The vests and their masks and the armor on the legs are the color of that character's color choice, like Scorpion, of course, yellow, Sub-Zero, blue, and so on. And then the other difference with the figures is they get a few different accessories. Now, the head sculpt here I think turned out great, especially on the face right there. I love the sculpted wrinkles around the eyebrows and the forehead, and then I love the way the eyes look on these figures. I don't know what they do with the white paint, but the way the light reflects off it in pictures, I didn't pick up on this with my Reptile till after my review going over the pictures, but the way the light hits off it, it makes it look like their eyes are glowing, and I love the way that looks. It makes these figures even more badass, and I do like the, looks like a red paint around Scorpion's eyes there, and the mask turned out pretty good too. I really dig the way the masks look on these figures. Where the black paint is, they're all sculpted, but just like with my Reptile, the left side isn't painted correctly like how it should be on the right. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe wherever they're being made it's not being painted correctly, but I mean, it's something minor, really not that big of a deal. And then we do get the hood, which is a soft rubbery type plastic, very nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. Same with on the piece on the neck, that is also a softer rubbery type plastic. Then we do get his yellow vest, and I can't tell if there is a very subtle black wash on the yellow or not. I was able to see it more on my Reptile, but I can't notice it on my Scorpion here. Maybe I didn't get it or I'm just blind, but I do like the way the vests look on these figures. And then the black paint on the edge right there is pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's not horrible, you know what I mean? And we do get the sculpted rope tie around the waist there, which looks pretty cool. And I do like the black paint that they added and like the sculpted lines around the yellow waist piece. I think that looks pretty cool. And then the back, nice work on the yellow vest as well. And the vest is a softer rubbery type plastic, so it will articulate with the figure, but we do get his black gi underneath, and very nice sculpt all throughout it. We get some sculpted wrinkles here and there, and then same with on the back. So a really great job on the torso on the Scorpion here. Now for the arms, they did a good job with the that band around the bicep. The paint's a little more cleaner on Scorpion with my figure compared to Reptile, and something I didn't notice with Reptile that I'm noticing on Scorpion now, if you look closely at the skin, you can see like these little dots here and there, and some of them are different colored compared to others, and it gives the figure a more realistic type look, and I really like the way that looks on these figures. But they did some nice sculpt work on the muscle definition. The elbow joint pretty much looks perfect on these figures, looks like an actual elbow there. And then for the forearm, we do get the armor, and I believe it's a dry brush that they do, but I just love the way that looks. It just looks like armor he's been wearing for a while, and it just looks so sick. Same with on the hands as well. One of my favorite things about these figures. And the forearm armor you can actually remove if you would like to, and it is a soft rubbery type plastic. Now for the lower portion of Scorpion, we do get the continuation of his vest, and it is a softer rubbery type plastic, as you can see there, and they did a good job with it. And then we get the continuation of his gi, and nice sculpted wrinkles on the front and the back there, and it is a soft rubbery type plastic as well, so those pieces will not hinder articulation at all. Then we do get some nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout the pants on the front, sides, and back and everything, so that looks dope. And then one of my favorite parts about the figures, once again, is the armor on the lower legs. Whatever they do, They make this look so realistic, and I just love the way the paintwork looks on these and the sculpt as well. I like how they added the silver, and then they also added like a subtle black wash on top of the yellow, and it just looks so sick. And then the back of the legs here, very nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. And we do get a couple straps that I believe hold up the armor. And then the feet, we do get some nice sculpted wrinkles once again. Then you can see the toes sculpted on underneath whatever they're wearing, which looks pretty cool. And then the bottom, not much going on, but overall, I think they destroyed it with this Scorpion. And this is hands down the best 6-inch scale Scorpion that is around. And if you're a big Mortal Kombat fan and haven't jumped in this line, you need to jump on this Storm Collectibles line ASAP. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a bunch of awesomeness included with this Scorpion. So we do get 2 interchangeable heads. We do get the Ninja one with 2 alternate masks, and then we do get the skull head. So we do get the Ninja head here, which does come on the figure out of the packaging along with this mask. And this is, I believe, the Mortal Kombat 2 mask. And then we do get the classic Mortal Kombat mask on the left there. And I love both of them. I don't know which one's my favorite out of both. I was saying the classic one was for Reptile, but I think they're both awesome. And we did already take a look at the head and this mask here. And the way you interchange the masks, very simple. Just pop it off like so. And the peg, as you can see, is on the inside. Just line up the peg and pop in the new mask, as simple as that. I think I do like the classic style masks a little bit more. So we do get that alternate head and those masks. And then we do get the skull head here, which they did a beautiful job on this. I love the paintwork, and the sculpt is just so damn good on this. They really did an awesome job on the skull alternate head. I love the way the paint looks. The sculpt just looks sick, and it does have an articulated jaw that pretty much bends back 90 degrees there. Really cool that it is articulated. And the way you interchange his heads, very simple. Just pop it on the ball peg like that, and then just pop it off to take it off. You have to use a little bit of force to get these on. It's really the only issue, interchanging the heads. So we do get those alternate heads, and then we also get, of course, his signature weapon. And I don't know the exact name of it, but I do believe it is a kunai just attached to a rope. So we do get one that's rolled up, and then we do get one that is extended like he's throwing it at you. And they did a great job with the rope. Very nice sculpt all throughout it. And I do like the way the kunai looks at the end, and I love that they added some red paint on there to give it like a blood effect. I think that looks sick. And it is a bit sharp, so be careful of it. And it isn't really a soft plastic. I mean, it's not a hard, brittle plastic, but I feel like if you bend it too much, it will break. So just be careful of that. So we do get the rolled up one, and then we do get the extended one like he's throwing it at your head. And they did a great job with it. Once again, nice sculpt and paint, and I do love the blood on the kunai right there. I think that looks sick, and then very nice sculpt all throughout the rope. One thing I do wish, I wish this was bendy wire. I feel like that would have made this figure that much better, but I mean, it's fine for what it is. Mine was a little warped though, so that does kind of suck. We do get a little loop on the end, and the way you use this, you pop off one of his hands, and then pop this on, and then just pop the hand right on, and then there you go. As simple as that. Pretty much same thing as the Mezco Mortal Kombat 10 Scorpion. So we do get Scorpion's signature weapon, and then we also get some dope flame effects, which is meant for the skull head right here. So we do get this one that is shooting out of his skull mouth, and they did a really great job with it. I love the sculpt of it, and the paint looks pretty cool on it too. I think they did do a very nice job with this flame effect here, and it is a translucent plastic, as you could probably tell. So we do get that one that's spitting out of his mouth, so you just open the jaw and just put it in wherever, so it looks like he's shooting out the fire there. So we do get that one. Then we do get the ground flame effect, so when he's shooting it out, you just pop it in the bottom here, so it looks like he's shooting it on the ground. And I actually like the way this one looks a lot more. Very nice sculpt all throughout it. I do dig the translucent plastic, and the paint just looks great on this part. So such awesome accessories included with Scorpion. So we do get those, and then we finally get 9 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and same ones that we got with Reptile. Very nice sculpt and paint all throughout it. Like I said, with Reptile, I love how they sculpted the lines all throughout the knuckles, and you can clearly see the fingernail sculpted on there as well. And then the plate of armor just looks sick on the top of the hand. And all his hands are very simple to interchange. Sometimes the whole joint pops off with the hand like Reptile, but sometimes it doesn't. Really not that big of a deal because you can just pull the joint right out the hand. So we do get a pair of fists. Then we do get a pair of these like clenching, gripping type hands. And very nice sculpt and paint all throughout these as well. Love the way the armor looks on the top of the hand though. That just looks awesome. So we do get those, and then we do get a pair of open resting type hands or martial arts stance hands. And these are probably my favorite once again out of all the hands. And great detail on these as well. And then we also get a pair of karate chippity chop chop hands. Very nice sculpt and paint once again on these. And then finally we get a right gripping hand, which is meant for him to grab onto his rolled up rope kunai there, which I don't know the exact name for it. And you can have him use maybe like the skull and spinal cord that Sub-Zero comes with. You could probably have him grip onto that with this, or maybe the clenching type hands. But very nice detail on this one as well. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Hanzo. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? So now for the height of Mr. Get Over Here! To the top of his head, it looks like he stands around 6 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Reptile and Sub-Zero, and the SH Figure Arts The Dark Knight Batman and the Mezco 112 Deathstroke. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Madarou Chia, the Civil War Captain America, the Variable Action Heroes Monkey D. Luffy, and the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, which is one of the best parts about these figures. So we do have a barbell type joint at the neck, so you do get upper neck movement and lower neck movement. So Scorpion can look up pretty much all the way, and looking down, he just pretty much looks straight ahead. We do get some really nice pivot there, and then of course it does swivel. And then the lower neck joint here, you can get Scorpion to pretty much look all the way down with both joints. But the piece around the neck, you have to be careful it'll pop out. You just have to tuck it back in the gi there. And then the lower neck joint goes back just a tiny bit, so we can look up a little bit more. Then we do get nice pivot at the lower neck there, and then of course it does swivel, so excellent movement at both the neck joints, as you can see right there. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso, right around the abdomen, and Scorpion crunches forward a really good amount with that joint. And I didn't notice, but the upper torso is like a softer, rubbery type plastic, so I do like that they did that. And then it does go back a really good amount, but you do see a little bit of a gap, so you might want to hide that. And then we do get great pivot at the torso there. Look at that. Very nice pivot. And then, of course, it does swivel. Now, for the waist here, does go forward a tiny bit, so with both joints he does crunch forward a really good amount, and going back he does go back a really good amount as well. And then we do get very nice pivot at the waist, as you can see, and then of course it does swivel, so excellent movement at the torso and the waist there. Now for the arms, we get a great shoulder joint that you can move the shoulder in a nice circular motion, and I love that point of articulation. And then the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely awesome. They do go up and down. We do have the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in pretty much all the way. Then for the wrists here, we do have a ball peg that connects into the forearm, and then a peg connects into the hand, and then we do have a hinge there. So you can move it around a bit where it connects into the forearm, and then it does swivel on the hand there, and then we do have the ball hinge. So you get some great wrist articulation, and that's the best type of wrist articulation I have ever seen on any figure. Now for the legs here, the joints are a little tight on mine, especially the left one, but the more I moved it around, the more it loosened up a little bit. It didn't get loose or anything, but it's not as tight as it was. So Scorpion can kick forward a lot more than 90 degrees, so great movement there. Then goes back pretty much 90 degrees. Then kicking the legs out to the sides, they go out a little more than 90 degrees. He's just Jean-Claude Van Damming it right now. So excellent leg articulation with these Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat figures. Then we do get the upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees that bend back all the way. And then for the ankles here, they do swivel, And I forgot to mention, or didn't notice it at first with the reptile, but you can shift the joint forward and back a little bit where it connects into the foot. So if you want to hinge the foot up, you move it forward a little bit, so you can hinge the ankle up a little more than moving the ankle back to hinge it down. Push the joint back a little bit so the foot shifts back, and then you get a little more down movement there. And then for the pivot here, not the best pivot, but it's decent enough, and you're pretty much going to be able to get them in any type of pose you want. And we do get a nice toe hinge there. So overall, the articulation on this Scorpion and just the Mortal Kombat Storm collectibles in general, well, the ninjas here, you could pretty much get them into any type of pose you would like to, and you're going to be able to get this figure in some great Scorpion-like poses. I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Scorpion. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it a perfect 10, which is the first 10 I've ever given a figure on my channel. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, but I don't think he has the regular version of Scorpion or Sub-Zero in stock anymore. He does have the variants on the website right now, along with Reptile. And don't forget, when you do buy something from Agelessgeeks.com, to enter in codename Daredevil, and you will get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Storm Collectibles. Oh, shyster. And we do get a very cool image of Scorpion there, and then on the then on the right side we do get a badass image of Scorpion, and then on the bottom so we do get the window right there in the front of the box. On the top left says ages 17 and up. On the top right says Storm Collectible. And then the other side of the box does have the continued image that's on the front of the box. Damn it. I just botched recording that video. His signature weapon. Of course, his signature weapon. I don't know the exact name of it. And they did do a very good job with the mask and the face there. So,